Hey everyone, it's Daniel Brother Bear Barris. In this next video, we're going to sysprep our cloned VMs. What sysprepping does is, since we cloned these, Windows would consider them the same machine. They have the same security ID or SID. What cloning does, or what sysprep does, is it generalizes the image on the machine, gives it a new SID, so that we can use it as if it's another machine. Okay? So let's get started. On all of our VMs, we're going to power on this machine. There we go. And give that a few moments to load up. And I'll be back when it's at the login screens. Okay, and we're here. All of them are at the login screen. So let's go to our CA01 or our certificate authority. Control-Alt-Insert. Let's log in. What we'll do is we're going to do the same thing where we wait about 60 seconds. So control or right click your start menu, run, timeout 60, and I'll come back when that's ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So what we'll do is we'll right click on our start menu, go to disk management. Okay, we'll maximize this. You can see our C drive and then our unallocated space, which is our 16 gigs that I told you about. So we'll go new simple volume, next, next, D drive, next. We're going to call this certificate authority, just like that. Next, finish, close disk management, right click, power, and restart guest. We'll say, don't show this again, restart. Okay. Now on our CM01, we're going to do the same thing. Control-Alt-Insert. There we are. Give that about 60 seconds as well. Okay. And we'll come back when that's ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go. So let's right click, disk management, maximize. You'll see our 832.70. So new simple volume. Next, we'll give this 131.172, which is 128 gig. Call this config manager. Next, finish. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to the SQL Server design considerations, okay? And so I've taken this out. When formatting the partition used for SQL Server data files, the recommendation is to use a 64 KB or kilobyte allocation unit size, that is 65,536 bytes for data, logs, and tempdb. See, SQL Server performs reads and writes in extents, which are 64 kilobytes in size, or 8 pages of 8 kilobytes each. Using a 64 kilobyte allocation unit ensures that each extent aligns perfectly with a single block, reducing fragmentation and unnecessary disk operations. SQL Server heavily relies on sequential reads and writes, essentially for log files. A 64 kilobyte block size matches SQL Server's write patterns, reducing the number of I/O requests needed. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to give each of our SQL drives, which will be our server, tempdb, and logs, a 64 kilobyte allocation unit size. Okay, so let's do the first one here. 704.60. Next. Next. Now I'm going to make this 65,636. Okay, so 65,536 plus 100, which is the reserved space for that drive. Okay, so E, good. Allocation unit size 64K. We'll call that SQL Server. Next, finish. We'll click here. It's our next one, which is our tempdb, new. Next, we'll do this 65,636. Next, next, 64 kilobyte allocation unit size, single tempdb, finish. Same thing here, 576.41, new volume. Next, 65, 636. Next, G, next. Give that our 64K and SQL logs. Next, finish. Okay. And now what we'll do is we'll set up our file share drive. Next, this will be 262.284 H drive. This one we'll just call file share. We don't have to worry about allocation unit sizes for these additional drives. And then our content library drive. Next, 262.284. Next, next, and content library. Okay. Next, and finish. We'll have a little 39 megabyte unallocated, and that's okay. Close disk management, right-click CM01, and restart guest. Okay. And we'll start up at the top here, all VMs. We're going to log in. So Control-Alt-Insert. By the time we get down to CM01, it should be restarted. There's the first one. Log in. Second one. Third one. Fourth one. And last but not least, CM01. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to CA01. You'll notice it says here to direct input to this VM, click inside or press Control G. But then when it gets to where it move the mouse pointer inside, now we know that our VMware tools are loaded. So on CM01, I'm going to right click here, Terminal Admin. I'm going to create on our new D drive the CertDB and the logs folder. Okay, that'll be for our certification authority. Copy, paste. There we go. Next, and if you check on there, we got our two folders. Okay, CM01. I'm going to right click here, Terminal Admin. We're going to create our WSUS folder on our D drive, our database, tempdb, and logs on our SQL drives, our share on our file share drive, and a software updates folder on our content library drive. Okay, so we'll copy those, paste, and exit. And what we can do is we can verify those. WSUS, database, tempdb, logs, share, and software updates. Okay, now we're going to do our Sysprep. Okay, so we're going to do out of the box experience, so OBE. We're generalize, reboot, and quiet means that we don't have to have any user interaction. Okay, so we'll right click Terminal Admin on all of these. Get those ready. So in PowerShell, if you're not familiar, the ampersand here is just like saying start dash process. Okay, so I can use the ampersand as a quick way to do that. So we'll copy from 197 to 196 just like that. Paste, press enter, and you'll see Sysprep is working. Okay, same thing. There we go. And all right, we'll go up to DC01 and we'll come back when that's ready. You'll see the terminal disappear when it's about ready to restart. Okay, so I'll be back in a few. Okay, so there it goes. It's restarting. And we'll come back when it's at the customized screens here. Okay, and it looks like we're at our customized screens. Hi there. There we go. Next, accept. We'll do this on all of them. Get to the logon screens here. Like I said in the first video, you'll get used to typing these passwords. You'll be doing it in your sleep. So here we go. Okay, there's that one. Sometimes I make a little mistake and that happens, but we'll try not to. We are getting there. And one more. Okay. Here we are, and we'll Control-Alt insert, log in. Do the same thing to all of them. Go. CA01. And CM01. And up to here, required only, accept, server manager properties, do not start automatically and log on. There we go. Don't worry about that one service. We're going to actually fix that. I think that's the Kerberos service, these and other little services that we're going to fix. Eventually, everything is going to be green in this network, so we're going to be good to go. All right, there we go. CA01, required only. There we are. And CM01. There we are. And close server manager. Okay, and that's good for our Sysprep. And I'll see you in the next video.